everyone, good afternoon. Let me introduce myself. My name is Luthfia Fithriani. In this occasion, I would like to tell you about techniques and principles in language teaching, grammar translation method. So we are going to learn about the definition of grammar translation method, the principle of grammar translation method, and typical techniques associated with grammar translation method. So what is grammar translation method? Grammar translation method was also known as the classical method. It's a method of second language teaching which makes use of translation and grammar study as the main teaching and learning activity. So basically, grammar translation method was used to teach reading comprehension in the foreign language. So the goal of grammar translation method is to help the student to be able to read and understand the literature written in the target language. Let's move to the principle of grammar translation method. There are some principles of grammar translation method. First, native language is not banned. When we are talking about target language and native language, so native language is our mother tongue. For example, my native language is Indonesian, while the target language is a language that we are going to learn. For example, my target language is English. So in grammar translation method, the native language is not banned. It means that in the classroom, the teacher could use native language to help the student to translate the word of target language. The second, translation is important. In the grammar translation method, the students are considered as a successful learner when they are capable of translating one language to another. The third is grammar is deductive. So when a teacher uses grammar translation method in the classroom, he or she will teach grammar in the beginning. So the teacher will teach about the grammar rules along with the example and ask the student to remember about the grammar rules. And after that, the teacher could ask the student to make the other example by using the same grammar rules. Fourth, teacher is authority. In grammar translation method, the teacher will use teacher-centered learning. It means that the teacher is became the authority of the class. So the teacher will be the one that decided the activity of the class, and the student will follow and do what the teachers want to do. Okay, after we learning about the theoretical background of grammar translation method, now we will move to the typical technique associated with grammar translation method. First is translation. So we, as a teacher, could help the student to translate one language to another by giving them reading passage. But we have to pay attention that when we are giving the student a reading passage, we have to make sure that the reading passages have the similar vocab and grammar rules. So it will make the student easier to learn about the target language. Second, fill in the blank. Besides giving the student reading passages, we could give the student different sentence with a slot in the middle and ask the student to fill it with a certain word. For example, the teacher will give the student a sentence, I blah 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 student. So the student should fill the slot with the appropriate answer. I blah 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 a student. So the answer will be I am a student. Next, using words in a sentence. After the teaching and learning process, we must have some words to learn. For example, we have learned about the word study. So we could ask the student to make a sentence by using the word study. Next, synonym and antonyms. So in grammar translation method, we could give the students a set of words and ask them to find the synonym of antonym of the set of words. So in this activity, the students can use dictionary. This activity will put the students will make the student to be autonomous learner. Last is reading comprehension question. So after giving the student reading passage, we can ask them some question related to the text. It is better for us as a teacher to give the student three different sets of questions. First, a question that has a purpose to check the student understanding. For example, who is the character of the text? And then the second question is a question that leading the student to understand about the text implicitly. It could be true or false question. The last question is a question that helps the student to relate the text to their life. For example, if you became the king, if you become the king, what will you do? Or if you could change the ending of the story, what will you do? Something. Okay, so that is about grammar translation method. If you have any question, you can write your question or comment below. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next meeting.